Hello there and welcome to SusiePoos channel. Today you have joined us on the allotment and I'll be taking you through some of the things we've done on the allotment to improve it and to make it look tidier and neater. Now, working on the allotment at this time of the year can be extremely daunting as it's cold and you just don't feel like getting out and about and doing any jobs. But I tell you, get ahead, get one step above the rest and get the jobs done now so you can plant your young plants out in spring after the frost and you can sit and relax while everybody else is struggling to get things done in spring. Now stay tuned as we go over to our blackberry bushes and I'll show you what little gems we found in and amongst all the wilderness of the blackberries. Okay, let's go. So my friends, these are the blackberry bushes. So my partner, while I was working on the borders, she managed to prune this wilderness down and she managed to get all the stalks left along the rows rather than all in the middle here. Now there's nothing more disappointing than having blackberries in the middle that you can't get to. Her pruning this down is going to make such a difference for this year when the berries grow and we can get to all the goodness and we can finally make our blackberry jam. I encourage you to prune back your blackberries as they are a hardy individual, as when blackberry bushes grow, they grow and they often find themselves in the soil and they start growing again and again and again. We want to optimize growth in the fruit rather than the actual plant itself. So walking from the blackberries, we come to this mysterious looking berry bush here. This mysterious bush that we've got growing here is actually a blueberry. And we didn't know this until my partner, she took all the brambles apart. They were growing absolutely everywhere. We still have remnants of them here and there. But we've managed to remove most of them. And what was here, just some tired looking weeds. And we've dug them up and put some fresh soil here. I bet you're questioning, how did we know it was a blueberry bush? Well, the kind owner before us, he left a blueberry card left in the soil. So that was an easy identification. So we're really looking forward to seeing what they grow this year, and now cutting the blackberries back we can encourage growth in the blueberries rather than having them saturated with the hardy blackberry bush. So this is the raspberry bush that we found and it's not looking the best, so cutting the blackberries back from around this area, we hope that this will encourage growth here. It's looking very woody, very hollow. It just doesn't feel like there's much strength in it. There were some raspberry bushes over there as well on the free table to give away, and we noticed they had a bit more life in them. This could be the last year that they grow here. I might have to put some fresh plants in, but that's not a concern. We did see some raspberries on them, so we knew this plant was here, but we couldn't get to all of them because they were surrounded by blackberries. So I'm really excited to see how they do this year and whether they do pick up. Now let me take you to our fruit trees and show you what's growing on them and what we have planned. Now this is our marvellous plum tree. This plum tree was here right from the beginning when we got the plot. It was overridden with rubbish and this was mainly a dumping ground from the other allotment plot. But when I was in France and my partner was viewing the plot, this was the one available. A lot of people were put off because of the hard work that you had to put in to make it look tidy. But that didn't put my partner off. She thought jams and she said my partner would love the fruit. Probably made one of the best decisions she's ever made getting this plot. This plum tree has been very generous to us, and after the last crop last year I pruned this back to encourage growth. Now when pruning trees you want to make sure that you prune them a couple of months before the frost, and you want to make sure that you prune them after the last frost. You want to time it just right. You want to prune it while it's still warm and it's not cold, as any young plants that will grow from the main branch itself, it will die and discourage growth. So make sure when you're pruning trees that you prune them at the right time to encourage maximum growth. And now join me on my other fruit tree as I show you what I'll be doing with that in the middle of spring. Now this is our magnificent apple tree. Because the apples continue to grow into October time, we wanted to prune the tree way before the frost. And October time, in my opinion, was a bit too late. So we've decided to wait until spring this year to give it a prune, and then when it starts to grow the new tender shoots, they can keep growing and they won't be damaged by frost. So this area right here, it may look a bit like a dumping ground at the moment, is going to be for a compost area and we're going to have a shelter here, like a veranda, and we're going to have plants running up it, somewhere to sit, maybe when it's raining or when we want to enjoy a nice break. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out, and stay tuned for further videos where I'll be showing you how to build your very own compost maker. Thank you so much for joining me on SusiePoos channel. It's been a treat to have you here, and I hope you've learned something from this channel. Stay tuned for further allotment videos where I'll be sharing with you information that I have learnt when having a plot, and the things that I have learnt over the years from being with my grandparents on the allotment. And I'll see you in the next video. See you later. Bye bye.